Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan back in 1996. He had made a deal with Libya. I don't know if it was the leader, it was just somebody that was a representative from Libya. They were in agreement to give black Americans $1 billion in the year 1996. This was in 1996, and it got rejected. The $1 billion for the black Americans that was going to be coming from Libya. I guess it was going to be organized, or at least it was going to start with Minister Louis Farrakhan. But the United States government, they rejected it. Check it out. I'm going to let y'all hear it. Hold on. Let me play this.
Country offered to give $1 billion to help Black Americans economically and politically, and the US government denied that gift. A lot of you might already know this story, but it was new information to me, so I'm assuming some people don't know about this history, and it's important that we talk about it. According to LA Times, the federal government of the US denied the Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan permission to accept a promised $1 billion gift from Libya to help Black Americans economically and politically. According to the
I'm not even going to play the rest because it's like another minute or 2 minutes long, but go look it up. Go look it up. Go look up how the federal government stopped that transaction. $1 billion in 1996. In 1996, what is the equivalent? Like, what's $1 billion worth now? Obviously, it's worth $1 billion, but in 1996, so I just Googled what $1 billion in 1996 is worth today. It is equivalent in purchasing power of about, that's a lot of numbers, bro, but it looks like 2 billion. Might be 2 trillion, because that was 29 years ago. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's looking like the number's 2 billion. Yeah. But that is just kind of crazy to me. And so if they was able to pull that off, and what's crazy, bro, is that money wasn't even coming from the U.S. government. They said it was specifically to build the black community economically, and they stopped it. They rejected it. They just wouldn't let us get it. That's crazy. It's not even crazy to me, but it's just like, damn. Wow, that was 1996, which means that the offer is still on the table. We had money coming in from another African country, and it was going to be given to, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and the U.S. denied it. I didn't even know that was possible, but that's what they tried to do. They tried to pop something off. They tried to make something happen, and we still fucked up to this day, man. It's actually Martin Luther King Day, and I'm off work today. A lot of people still had to go to work, but bro, like what he was putting out in the world in his last days before he was assassinated, along with Malcolm X, those brothers stood for something, and they would be, if he was here today, bro, he would be embarrassed of us. Not just our young fellas, not just our young women, but our people my age too. It's it's bad out here. Cause you gotta think about it. Like in certain neighborhoods, you got certain suburban neighborhoods, and where it's predominantly white. Well, I ain't gonna say predominantly white, but just not a lot of African American people. The liquor stores don't be open till 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? On every corner. First of all, the liquor stores don't even be on every corner. You come off to the south side of where I'm at. You go across the river in certain areas. liquor store on every corner, open till 1, 2, 3 in the morning. They know what's going on because as a collective, our race, we literally spend like $3-4 trillion a year on Jordans, alcohol, and fast food. We spend more than twice as much of what they offered. We spend way more money in 1 year, and the fact that we were offered, the fact that Libya was trying to set it up with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan back in 1996, the fact that they was trying to just give us $1 billion back in '96, which would have been dope. It really wouldn't have went that far, but it would have said something. It would have went far enough. It would have been the beginning of something to start something. It could have just went to a couple of hospitals. It could have went to one hospital. It could have went to a couple grocery stores, whatever. You know what I mean? But we'll never know. And the fact that as a collective race, the amount that we spend in a year is bogus. I mean, it's bogus as hell. I'm not even playing. Like, it's really disgusting. It really is. But when you sit and think about it, they have set us up in society to fail. The whole thing is we realize, what's fucked up about it is we know what we doing wrong. We know that shit is fucked up. But you get so conditioned, and that comes with how you were raised, who your inspirations are when you're growing up. And you'll hear people say, like, your parents can't influence you. You staring at your phone all day. So you see rappers, you see celebrities. So that's what you aspire to do. Until you go outside, then you're in the street. And that also inspires the youth. So, yes, on one hand, we do know what shit is fucked up. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, we so lost in the sauce, we can't even see the light. We can't even see. I don't even know if we can't see. I think what I'd rather say is we don't want to see. There's a certain age group of Negroes, man, that just don't want to see what they are doing is toxic until they go sit their ass down in the can for some years. Or they get shot the fuck up and got to sit their ass down, and now they got to use the bathroom because they got a colostomy bag. And they can't use the bathroom like a normal person. It shouldn't. Something usually happens and niggas find God or they find Allah. And that comes with a certain age. It's very rare to see a young man, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, just give his life to the Lord or get out of the dumb shit and want to live. We can turn it around, but if someone were to ask me, like, man, do you see something, a change? Do you see it? Because these conversations come up in the little circles that I do have conversations with. Do you think we'll see a change? Do you think there will be any? I say the same thing every time. Not in this lifetime. I don't see it happening in this lifetime because we have no value. If you don't value your color, your skin color, you ain't shit. Oh, this is what I'm on. So if we into it, we into it. Ain't no such thing as like, yeah, we into it. We can let bygones be bygones. I ain't gonna kill you. Nah, I wish that ain't the case though. The case nowadays is niggas is ready to step on the next nigga. Ain't nobody fighting no more. Who's doing that? It's very unfortunate. That's what I respect about West Coast banging. What I respect about West Coast gang banging is they'll still fight. They'll still shoot the fade. They'll still run one. That just comes with the politics down there. And it may be like that other places too, but it's really not like it is in the West Coast. Them niggas is fighting. They get to shooting up some shit too. Don't get it twisted. They will get to shooting up some shit, but for the most part, them niggas are, they fighting too. Majority of the other places and cities throughout the United States, bro, over like the last at least 12 years, Chicago has inspired so many places, bro, with the way they talk, the slang, the music videos, the fact that everybody just wants to just talk about drilling. Like it's crazy. On one hand, it used to be exciting, but now it's just kind of annoying. But back to Martin Luther King, and you know, God bless and rest his soul, and we are definitely grateful and thankful for his presence and what he's done for the United States of America. And you know, again, if he was here today, he would be disappointed in us, for sure. He would definitely be I mean, his generation that he comes from, they got their head on straight. They're a little, they're much older. So this really doesn't pertain to them, but all the people that's just out here acting reckless, just contributing to that $1 trillion number I was speaking on earlier, it's disgusting, bro. We really some goofies. As a race, we look super goofy. And then you got Snoop Dogg, Soulja Boy, Rick Ross, Nelly performing for this crypto ball, and it looks crazy. Especially when certain niggas was talking crazy about Trump just in 2017. I mean, was talking bad about him. Snoop looks like a fucking idiot right now. He really does. And then you got some people that's just gonna say, well, he was getting the bag. Fuck it, let him get the bag. He don't fuck with Trump still. He just getting the bag. All them niggas is getting the bag. I guarantee Soulja Boy don't fuck with Trump like that. He was just getting the bag. I don't think Nelly feels that way. I think Nelly agrees and can disagree with Trump. I think Snoop agrees and disagrees with Trump. And I think Rick Ross can agree and disagree with Trump. Them guys are a little older. You know what I'm saying? Late 40s, early 50s. Soulja Boy is still in his 30s. You know what I mean? So he's more in my era. And Soulja Boy still, I don't know how I don't know how Soulja, I'm not with him every day, obviously, so I don't know how he moves and acts on a regular basis, but when that nigga gets pressed about somebody talking about him, man, you can believe that nigga gonna go live and speak on it, and it's gonna go viral, and it's really hilariously funny to watch, actually. He'll sit there and just, I mean, you heard all them damn censors they had to put on that shit. But yeah, man, it's your boy Michael Duano. I ain't got too much more. That's pretty much it as far as what I was gonna tap into tonight. Make sure y'all stop playing with me, bruh, and subscribe to this channel. If I got this episode up on the podcast streaming service, make sure you guys tap in, like, leave a rating. Also, make sure you go on YouTube. Check me out at Plugged In Media. That's PLUGGEDINNN, 3 N's, and then media. Look me up on YouTube. Subscribe there. For sure, make sure you like this video and drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about what I spoke on. Let me know how you guys feel about what Libya was trying to do in 1996. Because that's crazy. And for me to find out about it today, the reason why I was talking about TikTok earlier is because I wasn't really tripping on TikTok taking a ban. It was more like, there's going to be other shit that pops up. You know what I mean? There's going to be another app where we can do relatively most of the stuff that we can do on TikTok eventually. I mean, most of the stuff that I could find on TikTok or came across on TikTok, man, I could have came across that shit on IG. Could have came across that shit on Facebook. Because damn near every page on TikTok, not everyone, but majority of them, man, they linked up through all the social medias. So, the only thing I truly would have missed about it is finding information like this one. As far as Libya and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I would have never known about that. I mean, I did come across it on Instagram. I didn't come across it on TikTok. But it's stuff like that I didn't learn in school, that I didn't learn in the streets, that I didn't learn in church, that I didn't learn from a pastor or family member. I didn't learn none of that shit. I didn't know about none of that. And it's documented. I Googled it. It's on Google from 1996. You do realize that we have had several cities less than 100 years ago that were demolished by the United States of America government, like black cities, several of them, all got demolished before we even had a chance to. And I believe on one of them, they got demolished and we tried to start fixing it up again, but it just never happened and it didn't work out. So then in 1996, Libya tries to put the foot in and lends a hand and we still get fucked. Till next time, man, I'm gonna let y'all go. Love, straight like that.